Hello, hello, hello. It's Emily from Vintage Polka Dot Shop. And I have before you 3 completed, I hope they're completed, Christmas junk journals. These 2 I started like a couple years ago, and I'll put the video and how I made the covers and all that, and the dibbly-doo, the doohickey, the thingamajigger below. And then this one, so these were unfinished, and I started them. And then I can't remember where I was this summer, but I found one of these cookbooks in gold. And I was like, I have to make it into a journal. So I was very excited, as you can tell by my voice. Isn't it cool? It's a Better Homes and Gardens, and I think it's like golden anniversary, be 50 years, and it's from the 70s. I can't remember what. I didn't look up the copyright date because I was just too excited. Who has time to read copyright dates? So anyway, I guess I'll start flipping through. I'm going to start with the one with my dad on the cover and his brother, John. And this one and this one had thrashed, destroyed spines. So I had to build them. And all I did, and this, I think it said like new cookbook or whatever, so like all the design was here, and I covered it up, which of course I just realized I told you could see the video. But there's my dad, oh Santa, and there's his brother John, and then it says Season of Magic, so that's what I'll call this one. This is an old napkin, and there is still lots of wear, and I did clean these, but they're still like stained. I mean, this is a used cookbook. Now, because I repaired the inside of the spine and I chunked these 2 up. I am so sorry about the glare, guys. There we go. That's like a little better. And I chunked them up, so to speak. They're both, they're not smooth like butter, I confess. So like when you go to close it for the 2 that I had to repair the spines, you kind of have to like hold it up like that. So if you see me doing that at the end, that's why. I don't know. I don't have the skills. I haven't figured out yet how not to do that with the repaired spines. So, and then I used, I'll list all the digitals I used down below too, because they're from lots and lots of different places. And of course there's, let me move that a little bit. There's some Tim Holtz. Let me move this up just a wee bit. There we go. So there's some Tim Holtz. That's a digital. And then this is from those, I did a video on making faux polaroids, and I used, hold on a second. Hold on. I try not to drop stuff on the floor. I actually have 3 of them, but I just grabbed these. I use these old Reminisce books, and if there's any left on Amazon, because I put a link, I will link some similar ones below. I recommend on Amazon getting the used ones. Like when you click on Amazon, there's like the page that has them where people have mailed them into Amazon and Amazon ships them. And then like teeny print below, it says like used from, and then the bookseller will sell them to you, and they're always cheaper. You don't really get to see what it looks like, but if you're planning on cutting it up anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got the image from there, and then a vintage Christmas card. These are not all, this one's in good shape. Some of them were glued in a scrapbook, and so they're a little thrashed, but perfect for crafting. And then I made a masterboard with Tim Holtz and a lot of scraps because, when you make journals, you get a lot of scraps. And then this is a printable. Oh, pardon me. Got the good morning burps. And then this is also an image from the Reminisce books, and of course it was a little short, so a little scrap of paper. Now on all the pages I either did like reinforcers, or they're doubled, or if they're not, I put a little piece of scrapbook paper. Number 1, I like a little touch of color and pattern, and also to kind of protect it. Now the nice thing with these is you can take them apart, rearrange them, take out pages, all that. So, and this is an old floppy disk pocket, and I purposely left the letters because I don't know, I didn't want to cover it up. I kind of like the idea that you can see what it was. And then more scraps with the circles for a border. I don't know, can you? And then some digitals, and then a little mini journal. Uh-oh, it's because I'm not pulling on the journal, I'm pulling on the pocket. From an old Christmas card with just some blank paper for you to get creative with. And then what I did was I glued it on, which this was kind of a difficult decision because I liked the back of these because they have information on the floppies, but I glued them on one of those Tim Holtz baseboards. So then you've got like a little telegram, a little fussy cut, and then another digital. And then these were the Polaroids I was talking about with the little bell on the clip. And this is a pocket. I love this. I have a couple of these cards. I love these. Can I get it back in, or do I need to tuck it? I notice a lot of ladies are very quick and they just tuck stuff in, but I hate putting things away. It's just like, I am having to go back, but I think I'm going to have to do that because it's, you know, once you get on camera, things never go smoothly. Okay. And then just a little mini tag and an old to from thing, label. And then some interesting green paper where I inked the circles and a clear page. And then these will come out. These are just journaling cards with more images from the Reminisce books. And then I covered one of the dividers with a night before Christmas page. And then this one's actually original. And I don't know if you can see. It does have the creases, but I just left it. I thought that was, it's not Christmas, but it's kind of Christmassy. And it's great old stationery paper. And then this is from the Everything I Need to Know About Christmas I learned from Golden Book. So it's like a newer page from an old illustration. And it has what book it's from down there and a little ticket for the tab. And this is Braille paper that I thought you could take out. I mean, you could collage on it, use it as a mat for photos, or take it out and use it that way. And these are, oh shoot, darn, I should have prepared better. Hold the phone. This. So happy I discovered the pause button. And I sell these in my shop. I'll put a link below. So of course I covered it, and I found that there was a Tim Holtz die that just happened to be the size of the window. And then these are the Mrs. Coggs little flashcard Christmas words and then you open it up and we got some Tim Holtz and more, and then a tag. And then this is a playing card I altered, and what I did was I cut out the back, actually using the same die set as that. It was just one of the ones that worked better. And then I decided, I didn't really have a plan, but having the character come out of the card. And then and they just paper clips in there. And then on the back is a printable that looks like old wrapping paper, and then a vintage Christmas card. And this is one of those that's kind of in rough shape on the back because it was really, really, really glued. Okay, seriously glued into a book. Another of the divider pages, a Mrs. Coggs printable, some Tim Holtz. This envelope was for my stash. I didn't put anything in it. Left that for you. A couple little tickets. And this is a giant slide. I don't know what they're called, but I have a small collection of them. And another image from the Reminisce book. And then the Tim Holtz, rub-ons or whatever. And some coffee dyed paper. It flips out. Another digital that I just kind of fussy cut and put ledger paper on the back. And then I don't know if this one is in the current Christmas stationery listing I have, because mine are older, but I think so. So old Christmas stationery. And then I love these. These are a good find. These are in my own stash, I'm afraid. I don't have very many of them. You know, the old photo envelopes, and then use the paper. And then there's a tag. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, it's because I keep pulling on the back of stuff. And then this is a book plate, but since it has holly and I thought it was kind of Christmassy. Half of a die cut page, some ledger paper, because I ask you, is it a giant journal if it doesn't have at least one ledger paper? And then the other divider, and a little, this one's sewn from Reminisce, and then another one of the tags I made making a masterboard. So good. That was really fun. That's always a delight when you make those. I haven't made one of those in years. And then this is an envelope pocket. Another tag. Another one of those cards. This time I guess he's running into the card. And then just some more digitals that I did as journaling cards. And then this is a envelope turned into a pocket. Stationery. And then another handmade envelope. And I didn't decorate it, but what I did was I put an image in here. They all have this. So if you want to like decorate that, also from the Reminisce book. Isn't this the greatest picture? I mean, there's so much in this picture to love. From the old kitchen stool to the fact that he's wearing the apron to how he's holding his hand. You know, it's just, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. So, and then you can use that as a journaling card or put it on the outside. As I said, I use a lot of Reminisce, didn't I? Another image from there and another vintage Christmas card. And this is what I'm talking about when I say the backs are thrashed. But still, now this, still able to use it. You can still use it as a craft supply is kind of my thought. But I love the pop of color there. Okay, so for this, it's just a scrapbook piece of paper. I folded it in half, punched the holes in. And then I clipped, like I've got this little bag. There's a little piece of scrapbook paper, a little digital. So if you want to do something here, same thing with this. I just clipped it. And then this is one that opens up and you can journal inside and there's some little things. So you could clip it, you could glue it, punch a hole, put a journaling card in there, put a journaling card in there, just whatever. I was trying to make sure there's a lot here for the final owner to be creative with. I don't like to do all the creativity. I feel like you and I are crafting side by side or together, like you pass it on like telephone or something. Like I get it started and you bring it to the finishing line. And then I have this antique kind of ledger receipt paper available in my shop. I did cut it down so it would fit in there, but I don't remember. I did have to cut the width too. And then a little collaging on another board, and the Tim Holtz bottle caps. And then a pocket with a little collaging and a little flat bottle cap. And I'm working on some of those to be available in my store. And then playing card and a cover from 1984. And I love the typewriter font on that. Isn't that awesome? And then a little piece of note paper to journal on. And then once again, a flashcard. I did add this so it would kind of come out a little bit. And then these are just clipped in so you can collage on there or whatever. And this is onion skin paper. And I'm going to tell you right now, these circles don't always stick to the onion skin paper, I've discovered. It's probably that gluing. It's the same reason why I don't coffee dye it anymore. The glue on there or whatever it is they use to coat it so it's erasable. It's a pain in the butt. And then a school book music page and another piece of paper. And then this is a trucking log, but I loved the just kind of having the red with the old paper. Old bingo card in green, some more journaling cards, and then another playing card from It's a Wonderful Life. And I think these are in the current packages of Christmas playing cards I have. And then I have a homemade library pocket. I have a die that makes it, not that it's difficult to do, but I do enjoy the die. And of course, a red library card, and then a recipe. And then in here, this was also a die, a Tim Holtz die, another image from that book. And then I put a little something in here, and they're all a little different, but they're the Denison type Christmas labels, so you can decorate your journal or put them on Christmas cards if you want. And that goes in there. And then another one of those cards, playing cards. I like this. I just got this green card just before I made these. And the nice thing with the image on the back is you can use that for journaling. Little Tim Holtz flashcard, and then just some various, like, oh yeah, I made little file folders using a die. Isn't it cute? So cute. And now these are all pretty similar, so I went through this one slowly. Oops. These are in different orders, and I'll go through the other two quicker. So this one and the other one where I had to repair the spine, you do have to, it's a little fidgety, I guess. But, you know, it's better than the book going in the trash, because look what you can make with it. So, I mean, it was literally falling apart. Okay, so I love this one. This is, okay, that's Better Homes and Gardens. This one's Betty Crocker. And I have a really hard time in my area finding these. But I love this folk art design. And then this is like faux, like the vinyl that from Hobby Lobby. So, see, it's just a little stiff. I wonder if over time it will loosen up. And then another image from Reminisce, and then some Tim Holtz and digital collaging. And this one too has a card. I put the file folder for that, and then the masterboard card. So I said these are a little full. And then, so we got, now the order will be different. This one is where that pocket is. I love this paper, the scrapbook paper. And then that's the Polaroid for that one. That was the first one I did, which I just love that image. And then once again, this is what the journal looks like. Oh, I can't see. I get so focused on looking, I forget that you're not seeing the same point of view as me. And then the things on the back. And then this paper. And then this one's fuzzy. It's a fuzzy one. And this first day cover. Right there. I love that. And then, whoopsie doodles. Hold on. Oh boy. I'm so graceful. And then here's the little collage. And the music paper. And the book page. And the ledger. And then this flip out. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say on the other one, these come out. They're, it's a little stiff, so I'm not going to pull it out, but there's a tab there. So there's that image and those cards, and then that card and that one. So, because I made them so it just fits, you know, and I just don't feel like being fiddly. And then there's that vintage Christmas card, and then that ledger paper. So as you can see, they're very similar. Another Mrs. Coggs printable with some Tim Holtz and other things. And then there's the slide for that one. I love these boys. They've got their copy of It's a Night Before Christmas. And then there's this card. And just to let you know how thrashed it is. So this is the one that opens up. Where you get the bag. And this is the fabric. This fabric flip, and the little secret journaling spot there. Oh, and then the vinyl photo page. Oh, look at it. Here's this one. I think this one's a professional one from that book, but still it's old. Isn't that fun? Saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. That mother. Oh, and I did the card there. Isn't he cute? I thought it kind of matched the book page image. And since he's going out, they're going out in the snow. Did that one and that one. And then we got our Tim Holtz guy. And then the envelope pocket. And here is that card. See, much smaller. Circulate. It says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And then, as you can tell, I got a lot of images. I have 3 of those Reminisce books, and they are just, and I feel like I could make tons more journals out of them. So that's the card and the little fussy cut thing. And then in this envelope, the image is, oh, look how cute that is. It says, Merry Christmas. And then we got the more of that stationery. And then here's Santa and the book plate and the collage with the Tim Holtz bottle cap and the old ad and the onion skin paper, the photo envelope with the journaling card, and this is this book page from the school music book. Still has the impression from the paper clip where the music teacher marked it, and then half of the die cut page. And then for this one you get that tag, and then look at, oh my gosh, so cute. And then of course It's a Wonderful Life, and the envelope for this endless library pocket is this guy. Look how proud he is. Oh my word. He's so stinking cute. Look at that. He's like so excited to go sledding. Wonder if it was like the first snow of the season. So here's this playing card. And then we have Christmas Carol list. And that image. And this tag. Oops. All right. So there's that one. And this one, I just kind of go like that. Oh, you got to get the, you can take this out if you want. I kind of left it in. It's good for a template for punching holes. So that's Merry Christmas. So we have Season of Magic, Merry Christmas, and then Merry and Bright. Now this one I obviously didn't have to repair the spine. And this is an old Christmas card. And then I cut it, so this was inside the card. And then that was like the back of the card, I think. Or excuse me, or it might have been on the inside too. And this one has a lot of choir boys. Once I used this image, I was like, okay, this is all about choir boys. So choir boys aren't your thing. This is probably not a journal for you. So we have a Christmas card with choir boys. Oh. By the way, the thank you item, because that's why there was a little delay in making this, was I have to finish the thank you. It's not done until the thank you's done. Also have choir boys. There's that. And that one. As I said, I will put all the printables below. As you can see, these are very similar. So another ad from the Recollections books. This one, it's just full, man. It's just full. We got that paper, the Braille paper. Here's the flip out. So here are the cards. And this had a cute story. I didn't put it in there, but it was a Christmas present her sons made for her, and it was to have their picture taken, and she had never seen them all clean at the same time. I thought it was so cute. They got themselves all cleaned up and had their picture taken. And as I said, here's the tab to pull that out. And then there's that one. And then there's this card. Isn't it cute? Look at that. Season of Joy. Oops, I skipped. And then there's that greeting card. And there's that one, the Santa. And here's the little collage. And for this one, we have that envelope. And then I think this one has a green card instead of a burgundy one. Kind of goes with that page. So we got the stationery, by the way, is from like the 80s. And here's this journal. And it is beat up. My husband's great-grandmother, that's where a lot of these came from, really liked the glue. Glue was her friend. So that was quite the thing. And then that's look at that wonderful 80s artwork. And then there's that. And then the book page. And the stationery. And this is that Santa. And the other Mrs. Coggs with some Tim Holtz. And here, told you, more choir boys. Making spirits bright. Well, I guess there's some choir girls in there too. And here's that faux Polaroid I made with the Reminisce image photograph with a real, it is a real Polaroid. I just covered up the out of focus dark picture. And oh yeah, and then there's a journaling card in there. Love this paper. A little tag. And then we got the green page. And then this one has, look at that. Isn't that great? As I said, lots and lots of good pictures in those Reminisce books. Makes me wonder if I should be looking for the regular Reminisce books. Let me tell you. Ledger. And then here's another book page. And this one, I kind of like the pink with that. So we have that pink one. And then these little girls all bundled up, just like this little girl in the story. And here are the, so that one is not coming out. I just used it as a frame. And then I just thought that was so cute. Telling Santa what he wanted. And I don't know, can you see that has Tool on there? And then we have another, see there's a divider in here and I keep pulling that. Another journaling card. And here's this image. And, oh, look at that. More children just dressed in choir robes. These are girls. Isn't that cute? Dang, so cute. And then telling Santa what she wants. And then here's this card. And we have that. And there's that. As I said, it's just clipped in, so it could be put anywhere in the journal, and you can undo it, and it's just white. I don't know, can you see that? Just white. And then here's the flashcard. And here's this collage. Oh my goodness, look. More choir boys. Are you sensing a theme? Are you sensing it? Are you picking it up? And then also the real page from the cookbook. Trying to do it. So, yeah, this one got a little curved. It's a little full. So you might want to move it to a different section. I don't know. And then the book page, and then the cards. Oh my gosh, look, another choir boy, but not another choir boy. Maybe he's later on. Well, that's a little girl though. Isn't that cute? So, and then the recipe card. And here's the little envelope with some stitching. Oh, but there's a choir boy. And then here's this one's file folder, Christmas card list, right here, tag, and then look at this image. Merry Christmas, the Sea Founds. Kind of going for a Norman Rockwell thing. So there they are. So as soon as this video is posted, these journals will be available. This one is Merry and Bright. This one is Merry Christmas. And oh, I was going to tell you too, this one is taller. This one is just a hair over 10 inches tall. And the two Better Homes and Gardens are just a hair under 10 inches tall. So, I mean, it's weird because they don't, I mean, they look significantly different, but when I measure it, they're not. I don't know. Maybe measuring is not my strong suit. And then the one with my dad and his brother. I love that one. Season of Magic. So I will put links below. If you use the link I provide, then I get a little bit of a kickback from Etsy and it saves me on fees. But if you don't, that's okay. I still love you. I still appreciate you. I just like to mention that because, you know, if I can save like $1 or $2, I'm going to save $1 or $2. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.